You thought it was over with Halloween, but Play the Hits is back to make you shit your pants. How you doing, Max?
Spoopy season lasts until December 23rd, right?
I hope you wore your brown pants.
Every time we talk about extending Halloween, I always think of Community, where the dean is trying to explain the lights flickering. It's just like, I rigged the lights to flicker during Halloween.
Right?
Well, they've been flickering all week. Halloween week.
Halloween.
They'll
I never
be
saw
working
that
tomorrow.
One, that's hilarious.
All Saints Day.
All Saints Day. Oh, man.
So wait, are we still in the hospital?
Yes, and it's only about to get so
that's
much
right.
worse.
We're in the hell dimension.
Oh, not yet. We're not.
Oh, okay. So this is just a normal. This is just a normal padded room.
It's just this bad all the time. But don't worry, we're going to hell. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, the hospital was probably the worst part of the first game too.
You know what's weird is now having finished the game, the hospital can be a pain in the ass, but it's relatively linear compared to the prison. I think I hate the prison most of all.
Oh yeah, just because it's like easy to get lost, or
it's not just easy to get lost. Like they give you no light, and like there's all these like timed like light corridor puzzle things with like enemies that jump out at you while you're trying to solve shit. It's obnoxious.
Yeah,
I mean it's fun. It's creative and it looks cool, but definitely like the part of the game where I was like, okay, this can be done now.
By the way, I don't know if you're streaming just the desktop. I don't hear anything. And also, I don't see any of the chat or anything.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your stream. There.
Whoop. So is Twitch going to see horseradish sauce going into that fish's mouth?
Absolutely, they will.
Okay.
This is no place for kids.
Wait. Where's your...
Now you should be able to hear.
Whoop. There we go. Yep.
There's something I gotta get. It's important.
This little girl is a punk.
She looks like it.
She's a fucking punk. I don't care if she's like the sentimental ending of the game. She's a fucking punk.
In there.
And knock those
like the
baby
Punky
teeth
Brewster
right
type.
out.
It's just like, yeah, over there where you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, right. Go in this door, Jim.
Good luck, bitch.
You know, at a certain point, it's kind of like people who vote for Trump. Like, at a certain point, it becomes their fault for believing him.
Oh yeah, I get that. It's also just like the last couple weeks. I mean, his speeches have always been like a little cuckoo, but I feel like the last few weeks, it's like full blown dementia. That little bitch.
Yep. Oh, and just watch.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Laura, open this door right now.
What's the magic word?
By the way, you caught why
Nope, that's not it. I guess I won't open it.
she became upset with him, right?
Out of here, you brat.
No.
Okay, so they were having a discussion about Mary. And you remember James's version of events is that Mary died 3 years ago of cancer.
Yeah.
Laura said that she was in the hospital with Mary a year ago, and James just kind of like snapped at her. He's like, "Stop lying!"
Okay.
And so that's what she was referencing when she said she was a liar.
Yeah, I did miss that. Okay.
This boss sucks butt. He's kind of like the second form of the G monster in RE2. But he hates you more.
Oh, the G monster at the very end of the game, or
No, the one that does exactly this horse shit right here, where he drops from the ceiling and...
William.
Yeah.
Okay.
This goes on for a little bit, too. He's a bullet sponge. You just kind of got to make him pop out by, like, running at him.
And this is where headphones come in handy.
Right?
When
you can't hear
surround
that, correct?
sound. No, I can hear.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I just realized games like this, I probably am going to play with headphones as much as I kind of don't want to, because it's scary.
Yeah, I know.
But it's
like,
also
the
like, I
sound
need to
design in this
hear-
game is really good, but the bad part is it's really good.
But it's like, I need to hear where things are coming from.
You think you need to hear.
Sometimes,
Sometimes dead is better.
sometimes we're serious, I get it. Sometimes dying quickly is the most you can ask.
Yeah, right.
It's kindness, Ellie.
You don't happen to remember from the one time that you ever played this back on the PS2 which ending you got, did you?
Oh, I didn't beat it.
Oh, you didn't beat it?
I get it? No.
You seem to
did
know
not.
everything that happens, though. Is it just like from wikis or?
No, from, well, partly that, partly watching, it wasn't you. Partly watching, and it wasn't my cousin. Who did I watch play this game? I watched someone play most of it. But yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of it, despite what you're saying. I remember, like, the ending. And as far as the ending, I think the ending I saw was him going to an island to, like, resurrect, basically.
Wait, in the remake or in the original?
The original.
I didn't think there was a resurrection ending in the original.
Pretty sure.
So we're getting into some like real heavy spoiler territory here for this game. They added like 3 new endings to the ones that were in the PS2 version, and one of them just so happens to be a basically like a resurrection one.
Oh, okay.
But that wasn't in the original, so I'm wondering what you saw.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
God, I hate this thing.
Now I am gonna wiki this because I remember YouTubing it, and it was just like it didn't seem like really good remake graphics. Let me go down to my YouTube history.
So wait, did you see him on just like a rowboat or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not an ending. That's just him on his way to the hotel. The rowboat sequence is right before the final area of the game.
Yeah, but maybe I am getting it mixed up with stuff I've seen in this game. Because yeah, I do remember talk of like going to an island and resurrection.
Hey, Spark, glad to have you. Listen in while you're driving, and I'm guessing we'll be streaming here for a little bit. Because this is a long-ass game, so we're kind of extending our episodes, or whereas we would normally do like 2 in a week, where we've just been kind of playing this as like one extended episode.
Do it like 2 hours, which is what we used to do way back in the day.
Yeah.
Before it's just like, oh yeah, we gotta sleep.
Now welcome to hell.
Aside from that, the only endings I remember, I didn't see anyone get the joke endings, but I do remember the dog ending.
Yeah, dog ending, alien ending.
The alien ending. And I think there's the endings where, like, I don't know if he actually gets out of Silent Hill with, what's her name?
Yeah, that's kind of the good ending.
There's Laura, but there's also, what's her name? With the skirt.
Maria?
Well...
That's where it gets complicated. That's not necessarily the good ending. So, essentially, the reason that I brought this topic up was, having now beat this, I got the ending that, of the 3, like, canonical non-joke endings, in the PS2 version, it was the hardest to get. And I just kind of stumbled ass backwards into it by kind of playing recklessly, was essentially what causes you to get that ending in this game. It's neither like the good ending where James makes peace with everything and goes home. Nor is it like he's being punished for anything, but it's like if you play the game like James has a death wish, then this is the ending that you get.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And that just happens to be the ending I got. And I know the reason why I got it. It's because I played this game like I do a lot of survival games where like I try to preserve every piece of ammo and health I come across.
Yeah.
Instead of using them right away and just like keeping James in top shape, like I wait until he's on death's door before I will use them.
Yeah.
And that gets you kind of the death wish ending.
Interesting. Okay.
It is interesting, isn't it?
So you're saying this isn't like a sad ending?
Well, it's definitely not a happy ending.
That kind of sounds like well, I guess I didn't die.
Sparks, just so you know, we will be doing a bonus episode of this later as I make my way through New Game Plus, where we absolutely will be doing the joke endings, but one of them is the dog ending, and I don't want to say anything about that to folks who are unfamiliar, but there's the dog ending, there's the alien ending, and okay, we need to get that one. Okay. No.
Yeah, it's funny that this is the only game with a quote-unquote dog ending, as far as I know. The alien endings are in most of the games.
Yes.
To the point where they're definitely jokes, but some people are thinking, what if this is like the real thing with Silent Hill, is it's aliens? And,
yeah, right.
Which is like, well, I mean, they do like to put it in every game, but seeing the endings, it's definitely just like, no, this isn't canonical.
Right. Okay, so Max, here we come to kind of a moral dilemma. we just spent all last episode going through the hospital, and now we're in the Hell Hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Hell Hospital, the way it's broken down, there's two big wings here that I have to explore in order to get the codes for those two keypads. And, you know, it's kind of just a sort of like the apartments, kind of a labyrinthine area with lots of enemies, with lots of ammo and other stuff you can pick up, and but it's also kind of more of the same. The codes for the two padlocks stay consistent across every playthrough. Therefore, we could pull a Resident Evil 2 here and just psychically know the codes.
I mean, how much hell do you have to go through to get the codes? Like,
it's like not bad, but it's gonna be a large part of the episode if we want to do it.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'd say let's get the codes legit.
You want to do it legit? Okay. We're going the long playthrough? Okay.
Yeah, just because I like seeing stuff. But, okay. I mean, if you want to preserve ammo and stuff, like, you could totally...
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. In fact, we'd probably get more going through the hospital than otherwise. But I just wanted to give you the option in case you wanted to just get on to the next portion of the game.
I gotcha. What is the next portion? Is it the hotel?
No, it's the prison.
Oh, okay.
Which, like I said, is going to be its own bear. Well, and actually, before the prison, we probably won't make it to the prison tonight unless we do the hospital part 2 skip. Because there's like an extended section where you're roaming the streets on the way to the prison. So yeah, like I said, your call. Oh,
jeez. Oh, it's just you.
Ow. Oh, damn.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, one great thing about the New Game Plus is right at the beginning of it, they give you a chainsaw. And so it's like, it's built for speed running. It's so great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you feel awesome just running around with a goddamn chainsaw.
Are there anything like Resident Evil kind of bonuses where if you beat the game quick enough or anything like that? Because I don't think there was. Oh, okay.
I think that's really the only unlockable bonus weapon, though. I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one.
If only you got a chainsaw. Wait, do you get a chainsaw in Resident Evil 7?
For like a certain boss fight, you do. But I'm not sure if you ever get one just to carry around as a
no, you're
fun
right.
little bonus.
I'm thinking of fighting the dad. Okay. I was just thinking about that again today, where it's just like, yeah, I hope they do like a Resident like Code Veronica, of course, would be great, but Resident Evil 1, I wouldn't complain. I would love to have a remake of that. I kind of feel like
a remake of a remake, yeah.
I mean, if they did 4, and that came out, actually, I guess that came out like almost the same year as the Resident Evil 1 remake, right? It was like 2004.
Yeah, they were like back to back on the GameCube. You are not wrong.
Damn, we were eating those days.
Yes, we were. Though, again, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but original Resident Evil 4, I enjoyed my playthrough of it, but it was also where I was like, okay, are we doing, like, scary, atmospheric games, or are we doing action games here? Because I can play a lot of different action games, but there's only one Resident Evil.
Yeah. Now, tension? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. There was a lot of tension in Resident Evil 4. And I would say that's like the same thing with the remake, although I haven't played through the whole remake. But yeah, I would agree.
The remake I consider to be much more... I mean, it's definitely more action-heavy than 2 and 3.
2 remake?
Yeah, than the 2 and 3 remakes, but it makes it feel more in line.
Yeah.
So good. But I will try to get through this relatively quickly, just so that we can move on with the game. I think I remember where everything is.
Yeah, I would, because even the remake of 1 still had, like, tank controls. And so it's just like, yeah, that's kind of right.
I mean, technically, so did 4. It was just for the first time the camera followed you.
Yeah, so not confusing tank controls. Although, just playing through Resident Evil 2, you know, when we did, once you get used to it, you know, you're good, you know? Maybe it's like riding a bike where if you haven't played it in a while, you gotta relearn it for a minute, but nah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, people complain about tank controls, but we still have them. It's just all environments are fully 3D now instead of pre-rendered, so...
Yeah, which I think makes a big difference. Yeah.
Like, this is tank controls. Like, if this were a camera that was, like, zoomed out from James and had a fixed angle, like, these would be tank controls.
Yeah. Ooh. I guess that's true, where it's not like a, I don't know, Devil May Cry or an old God of War game where just holding back has you run towards the camera freely and stuff. You actually have to turn and things like that.
Right. I know there's
You
more.
said this part of the hospital was somewhat linear, at least more so than the
like
the regular
there's
hospital?
less. God damn it! There's less like going back and forth between like floors and areas. Like I said, there's 2 wings, and you have to find the codes in both wings.
Gotcha. Oh, I don't know why you said backtracking. I started thinking of Castlevania, but playing Vampire Survivors. We got to do another run of that because now we got the Ode to Castlevania. There's not
that's
an
right.
adventure mode.
How is that DLC?
It's fun. There's no adventure mode with it. It's just like a stage, but it's a really big stage, and I'm still exploring that stage. So
okay.
And they give you like 20 new characters, but it's like they only give you 1, and you have to like keep unlocking more characters as you go through. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. And they kind of go, it seems like they're going like almost in chronological order. At least how I'm playing it, and I think that's kind of like what they expect you to do, is you get like Leon first, and you get, who the hell's before Trevor?
I'm trying to remember my Castlevania lore. Trevor was
Castlevania 3.
the father of Just, who was the father of Richter, right? And before Trevor, I think Trevor was the earliest before, like, besides Leon or Sonia, if you consider Sonia canon.
Yeah, they do have Sonia.
They have Sonia.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
really cool. I always liked.
They have
I always liked Sonya, like that because for a while the Game Boy Castlevania Adventure, her story was meant to be the first in the Belmont line, which was kind of cool. But then I don't know why. I think the PS2 came along and the graphics were so pretty and they needed like a new origin story, so they went with Leon, who I also liked. I liked Lament of Innocence.
I was just telling Addie the other day, it's just like, I'm one of those idiots that likes Lament of Innocence, but honestly...
Oh, I loved Lament of Innocence. I did not like the other PS2 one, Curse of Darkness, I think.
Yeah. Lament of Innocence, first of all, I was actually cool with the whole air combo, you know, that whole thing. But also, Lament of Innocence had a great soundtrack. Like,
yes.
It was
that
actually
game's
really...
soundtrack was phenomenal.
And Matthias, was it Matthias?
Matthias was a cool villain. Like that speech at the end of the game between him and Leon.
Oh yeah,
I loved that. That was like, talk about making like, Dracula a sympathetic villain.
Like cursing God or something. It's just like, if he could take her away from me, I'm going to curse him. I'm gonna have eternal life and curse him.
Yeah, just so I can curse him forever. Yeah, like
I was like, damn, okay,
I get it, man. That's hard. It's harsh. Okay.
Yeah, Lament of Innocence was definitely cool. But yeah, they have Sonya, they have Leon. They even have like some weird ones, like what do you call it? Simondo.
Who?
Which is from, is it Bloodlines? Yeah, Bloodlines. The Genesis game.
The Bloodlines. So Bloodlines was weird.
It is a weird game.
Well, because there wasn't a proper Belmont in that, if I remember. It was John Morris,
yes,
the son of Quincy Morris, which they then recanonized on the DS by making John Morris's son Jonathan Morris.
Yeah,
the Belmont stand-in for that game.
Yeah, but there actually is a Belmont in Bloodlines, but you don't play as him. He's a secret boss character.
I don't remember that at all.
Because it's freaking weird. Because it's...
but then I also probably played the Genesis game probably the least out of just about any Castlevania, so...
I didn't even play the Genesis game until
it was
emulation many years later.
It was a really good game, actually.
It's a very good-looking game, too.
It's like, really good-looking. The controls for classic Castlevania are great.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. The Key of Bliss.
Key of Bliss.
Right up the urethra.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I think there's one other area back here that I have not explored. Yes.
It is fun. Also, I have way too many like Metroidvanias on my wish list, and just
me too. Like they're a dime a dozen now, and they vary so much in quality. But you know, when one comes along that like looks really good, I can't help myself.
Yeah, I either wish list it or I find like the trailer.
Sparks, sorry, but right up the urethra. Yeah, we got this little thing that looks like it's meant to be inserted.
I mean, I think it's for lobotomy, but
sure. Penile lobotomy.
Sure it is.
Hey, episode title.
Penile lobotomy.
Penile lobotomy. Oh God, no.
I'm playing Persona 5 Royal.
Medically impossible, but still no. Sorry,
because, what? I'm playing Persona 5 Royal because...
I noticed that. I saw you playing that earlier today.
I was playing Metaphor Refantasio, and I was like, you know what's fun? It's Persona 5. You can heckle in real time. Oh, all right.
Yeah, welcome back, Sparks.
And so it's just like, I haven't played Royal, and oh my god, there's some quality of life things, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna keep playing Royal because I'm not. Why would I go back to Persona 5? I've already beaten it. But man, there's quality of life, and then there's making the game easy, and then there's making the game real easy. And it is the things that they put in. It's like at first, it's like, hey, you have ammo. Your ammo restocks after every battle. It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Maybe the ammo doesn't hurt as much. No, it hurts about the same.
Yep.
Oh, everyone's a little bit stronger? Okay,
Yep.
well, you kind of expected that because, the game was pretty hard, at least Kamoshida's Palace and stuff when you first start out. And then it's like, oh, Baton Pass is just available for everyone right at the beginning of the game.
It's okay. We'll
gotcha.
always live with the knowledge that we beat it like badasses.
Yeah,
and the
true.
Baton Pass thing, I actually didn't know that until right now. What does Hifumi's side, like, friendship branch now do?
Is she the shogi player?
Yeah, the shogi player, right?
I think her stuff is going to be the same because the Baton Pass was just everyone you had to unlock the Baton Pass for the specific character.
But wasn't her whole thing that? Well, no. Okay, when you did it with her, when you completed her thing, you could do it at any point with no penalty in the middle of battle. Like, you could switch out characters on the fly.
You could switch out characters. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
It just turned it into Final Fantasy X, basically.
Yep. Which honestly, that
awesome.
is how that game should work, anyways. Because, like, if you don't do her quest, it's just like, you get into a battle with the wrong element of enemy, you're screwed.
You're kind of screwed, yeah. And it's like, I don't know. There's definitely some people. It's like, you should rank up, like the doctor. I'm ranking her up just because I can, and there's no one else to rank up.
She sells the best accessories in the game, though.
She does. Oh my god, that's another thing. Is I bought this like on sale, and I think it came with all the DLC. And the stuff that it comes with is stupid. It is ridiculous. Like, they give you 10 camera straps. I'm like, oh, camera strap, what's that? And it's like the SP adhesive number 3, only it also heals HP every turn. The only thing is that you have to get an ambush for it to actually work.
Oh.
But ambushing enemies in this game is like thing number 20 that they made easier.
Right, yeah.
It's just like, you can ambush them from half a mile away. And it's just like, it's the amount of things they put in the game to make it easier is kind of crazy. But
I think it was more just like, it's such a long game that and parts of it were like long just because of like how much content there is. Other parts were long because you do have to go through a little bit of bullshit to
or take a few days to do it, like, especially in the beginning, like Madarame's Palace, or not Madarame, the first guy, Kamoshida. Probably the hardest palace just because you're under leveled and you suck.
I actually had a really difficult time with Futaba's mother's palace.
Oh, that was another one because the enemies just with status elements really sucked. That I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just completed Madarame's, but he hasn't had like his change of heart yet.
Okay, so here is our code. 1 year they've been watching me. So many pills they fed me. When a loud hour comes, I tremble every time the light falls. All right, so we have the first digit is 1. The next is the number of pills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 6. And then the number of times the light trembles. Wait, here we go. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, cool.
How many pills? 6?
Yep, 6 pills, 1 year, 2 lights. Hold on.
What was the third thing?
So wait, 1, 6, something
2.
When a loud hour comes. So 12.
Wait, what does Spark say? Penile lobotomy is just called
sounding.
What?
I don't know what she's referring to.
Is that a new thing that I don't know about? Hold on, let me write this down.
All right, so what did we say? 1, 6, 1, 6, loud hour 2. I forget what the loud hour is. I'll let you Google it. No, I'm okay, Sparks.
Well, there was a clock. I'll let you Google it.
I'm worried I'm going to learn something I don't want to learn.
There was a clock in there, right? But it didn't. I didn't see any.
Yeah, so it references the clock and it references the loud hour, which I assume is midnight.
12 or something.
Or is it 6 o'clock that's the loud hour? What's the loud hour?
What do they mean by the loud? I would think yes. Clock strikes 12.
Yeah.
Unless it's a 0. But that's just dumb. But then again, that puzzle is also kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is. Wasn't there supposed to be a nurse in here waiting to kill me? Eh, I'm sure it'll work itself out. All right, here we go. All right. 1, 6. Bottom one is 2. Okay, so there's
0.
so maybe 6. Nope. 7, 8.
It has to be one of these numbers.
2. All right, cool.
2.
It's 2's the loud hour.
2 the loud hour.
All right, now part 2. Now let's save. Oh, trust me, I didn't want to know about it either, but it was inflicted on me, so I have to inflict it on you. Thanks, Sparks.
That's how it goes, I guess. Okay.
I'm sad now. You all gotta be sad. Okay.
Sounding meaning?
You're really looking this up, aren't you?
Yep.
All right, you can be the brave boy.
What is sounding in the BDSM context?
Hey, whoa, hey,
oh, I wonder if it has to do, because I've heard about candles and stuff, but let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, God. Okay. Yep. Okay. I remember this. It's bringing back something I put a heavy lid on many years ago.
I was going to say, as a nurse, I'm a little surprised this hasn't come up for you.
Oh, no. And I never... It's bad enough catheterizing a dude.
Yeah, I bet.
Because, yeah, even if they're soft...
Do they always try to fight you?
I mean, if they're older and don't know what's going on, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
The urethra is long, no matter how soft you are. It's...
Have you ever been, like, sucker punched by a dude?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry, man.
Times. No, it's okay.
That would suck.
It's definitely happened a few times. Most recently it wasn't a sucker punch. It was just scratching.
Scratching. Yeah, I was gonna say that seems.
This dude had some long fingernails.
Oh,
with some shit under them. And
ew.
I don't mean figurative shit.
Hi there. How many shots?
Realize you've been shot. How?
Not so fun when someone beats your ass with a pipe, is it?
How much punishment did this one take? Okay.
Damn, that was apparently the head nurse.
That was the nurse Ratchet.
Mini boss fight, head nurse. The Latin chanting starts going off. And I always loved, you know, it's a classic video game trope, right? Like, you know, when like the Latin chanting music starts up, that wow, this wall.
Shit's
there we go.
Down. Yeah, seriously.
The shit's about to get real. My favorite way that trope has ever been usurped is in the Queen Zeal boss fight in Chrono Trigger. Oh, good. Let's. Oh my God!
Oh God!
You idiot, James. Jimmy!
Also, if you die...
I'm gonna die. Shit. Now pull out the shotgun, dude. There we go. Oh, that sucked. Ooh. Well, wait. I met the requisite number of hits. Oh, you're alive. I shotgun blasted you. Damn. Okay, so now I'm just playing sloppy again. Anyway, my favorite way that video game trope was ever usurped was in Chrono Trigger when you bring Magus to the Queen Zeal fight. And instead of like the regular boss fight music playing, it starts playing Magus's boss fight music. Like I just picture Queen Zeal as just like, wait a minute. No, this is wrong. This is my moment. She's not the boss in her own fight. I just imagine like this like moment of terror. Right?
Like, wait, why is your music playing?
Why is your music playing? No, I'm the fearsome one. Why are the controls for these things so terrible?
I gotta get the Elden Ring DLC, the Shadow of the Erd Tree.
You know, one of these days I actually have to play Elden Ring, but it's one of those. I mean, I've shared with you how notoriously awful I am at Souls games.
I mean, you bought Sekiro, right?
I did, and I still like. I'm ashamed that I can't get past the first boss.
I mean, that's a tough one. It's a tough game, is what I hear. I haven't played it.
It's also really good, and the controls are really tight. It's so punishing that I'm just like, I'm essentially too old to play it. Imagine going into a boss battle and the home zone music starts playing. That's right, yeah.
Elden Ring can be as hard or as easy as you want it, I feel like, because you can go places early because it's open world. But you can also, I feel like a lot of the game, I was like finding things in old places that I hadn't found before, and then there'd be a boss there, and the boss would go down in like 2 hits. And it's like, oh, I was supposed to see you a lot earlier, wasn't I?
I've lost my mojo with these things. Like earlier today playing this game, I was like dodging every single time they took a whack at me. Sorry, you were saying about adjustable difficulty in Elden Ring.
Oh, not so much adjustable, but more like because it's open world, that you could do things early and they could be really hard, or you can come back to things when you're over leveled, basically, and they're super easy. Because they don't, unless you're on like a new game plus or something, everything has like a set amount of HP.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and there's kind of a, you know, you could do things, a lot of things, quote unquote, out of order.
Yeah.
But like most open world games, there's like a soft order to like how you would typically do it.
Okay. Interesting.
I kind of like how Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom did that, where it was really just like the enemies and bosses, depending on if you did it first, second, third, or fourth, like the bosses would have this much health. And then the enemies were just however many enemies you've killed, it'll just start making stronger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elden Ring is very much like they're going to start you here, and the game's going to softly point you in a direction. And for like half the game, it'll keep pointing you until it's a little more. I mean, it's always open. There's not a whole lot of places that it closes off.
Yeah. Maybe
at the very beginning it kind of does, but once you do like the first area, then the whole world kind of opens up to you a bit more. And yeah, but it points you for like half the game. Go this way, go this way. But you could definitely break out of that.
Okay, that's interesting.
And there's definitely some surprising things, like how to get to like whole parts of the world. It's like, oh my god, there's this huge elevator you need these things for. And then you might have like some weird enemy guarding a portal that takes you there. And it's like, oh, okay. Like,
interesting.
So yeah, it's very very interesting with how like sometimes treasure chests will be like a warp trap and it'll take you halfway across the world. It's like, oh shit, okay. And like you can't actually quick travel until you find a new save point or something.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, it seems like a really cool game. It's, again, just like my experience with Souls games at large that really keeps me from engaging fully with it.
You beat the Demon Souls remake on PS5, right?
I did, but Demon
That's a tough
Souls
one.
is kind of unique among Souls games in that there's like the official like fight your way through style, but then there's also ways to cheese like every boss. And I
I'd say Elden Ring
lot.
too.
What's that?
I'd say Elden Ring's the same way. But it's also like just the build you decide to go with, if you're going to be regular warrior or knight, or like a huge berserker, or if you're just going to be like a straight up sorcerer faith build.
Yeah.
I got to say the faith build is kind of fun. Like, I wasn't a straight faith build at all, because that starts off really rough.
What does faith build entail?
So it's like sorcery, but much more expanded. I would say sorcery is pretty much mostly about the offense, and the strongest things are like ridiculously strong. Faith is like there's some offensive spells, so it's like another spell kind of build, but it's like incantations.
Okay.
Like you're summoning this dragon head to do something for you.
Gotcha.
Or you're summoning I'm gonna have this tail now, or I'm gonna have these big claws or something. So there's a lot of offensive things, but there's a lot of like defensive. There's a lot of, here's some assassin's incantations. I'm gonna make myself like slightly invisible to enemies.
Okay.
So it's very, very versatile.
Yeah.
But you have to put in the time to like finding different faith incantations.
You know, and there's like that's usually a trope in RPGs that I'm not always a fan of. Like the magician type build that can when you finally level them up, they can pretty much do everything. Like they can summon a giant great sword, or they can make themselves completely invisible. But like if you were already playing as like a knight or a rogue or anything like that, these would have been abilities that you had from the beginning. But at the same time, I get it. Like that's kind of the payoff for completely maxing out that style of mage, is that you can make them do just about anything. Yeah.
I would say sorcerer could be a little more boring, but it's also, I would say, safer for most of the game. There you go.
All right, 9659. Yeah. And that's kind of my thought. Like it feels usually in RPGs, you spend the entire game with that kind of build feeling like you're underpowered until the very end.
Basically, and then you feel a little OP.
Yeah.
What's nice about Elden Ring is you could be one thing, and then they give you plenty of chances to like be reborn, but have all the stats and levels, and it's like, okay, well now you have your 100 stat attributes. Where do you want to put them towards?
Right.
And so you could skip the part about being like feeling underleveled and just go straight to being a badass. But a big part of it is also practicing with the build. Like, honestly, I tried out. I was like, okay, I'm super leveled. I'm going to try, like, a sorcery build. And as fun as it was, like, with the enemies, the bosses were wrecking my shit. And I was like,
really?
this is going to be, like, I could stay away from them. I'm just going to play keep away and, like, totally... they'll run after you. And when you're casting any kind of spell, you got to, like, slow down and walk. And so... it was not easy at all, and it's really like you kind of have to practice with it. There's a lot of like, it's not just knowing when to conserve and knowing, it's kind of like knowing, okay, just do these spells that'll barely kill these enemies, and kind of save this until the boss. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of that, but
yeah,
it really is like knowing your dodges and stuff too. Because I was like, I'm just gonna like be all the way over here and just snipe this boss. It's like, nope. They always come after you. Then they're always quick to come and kill you. So I much prefer. I just have like the whole gut sword, huge sword. Get under their legs and slice up their nutsack that way. Like that's my build, and that's what I ended up sticking with.
Yeah, I think for like Souls games, if I do play them, I almost always tend to go with kind of like a tanky knight kind of build.
Yeah.
Just because I know I'm going to be getting hit constantly, I might as well mitigate damage however I can.
I get that.
I forget. There's something to do with this lapis key, and I forget what it is.
something required or
no? But it's worth doing.
Yeah. I mean, I'll Google this shit real quick.
Shit. I don't want to waste a lot of time doing it either. Can you look it up for me real quick?
That's what I'm doing. Lapis key, right?
I thought it was down here, but Lapis key, Otherworld Hospital.
Do you already have the Lapis key?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just can't remember what to do with it.
Along with 2 codes to open the chain box. Oh, so you use it on the chain box?
Oh, is that it? Okay, there's another extra though.
Let me see.
It must not be with the Lapis key. I'm just forgetting something. It's fine.
Okay.
If it's important, I'll remember it.
No, you won't.
No, you won't. You liar. Alright, let's save here, and then we're gonna... almost work our way. There's another part of this. Here we reunite with Maria, but it's a little bit shorter. Oh yeah, I guess.
Give it some suspense,
Go fuck yourself. The treasure was inside you all along, James.
The treasure was lack of payoff.
The treasure was the friends you made along the way. Wait, what? That's a door that even if it were like pristine and in a beautiful cathedral, I wouldn't want to enter.
No, never. I feel like whoever like commissioned and made that door was also like locked inside or something.
Yeah, right. Lock me in the door so that I may never see my family again. Only that way will I purify myself for Christ. Sir, thank you, but this is a business complex. Do it.
Oh, well, what are your closing hours? Why?
Oh, this is the thing that I was thinking of. So there's these trivia questions, and you study your maps and everything. You can answer them and get some bonus stuff.
I thought it was.
I still forget where exactly we're supposed to.
James Sunderland. James, are you ready to play trick or treat?
This part goes on for like a minute, and you can't really skip it to my knowledge.
A terrible disease spread across Silent Hill, resulting in the death of many of
Okay, I really just wanted to ride the elevator though.
thrown into the lake to sleep forever in their watery grave. How many souls were lost during the plague? 1, 42, 2, 67, 3.
I think it was 85, if I remember correctly.
Well, you better hold on to it. You never know when it might come in handy. Now, on to the second question. Follow Sanders Street heading east and further on to the outskirts of town. One and only one road will take you towards the lumberyard and the cemetery. What is the name of that road? 1. Bachman.
Not Bachman.
2. Munson Street.
It might be Munson.
3. Wiltsey Road. Did you get that? I sure as hell hope so. And for a third and final question, Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome
No, it's Wiltsey.
years back.
Oh, okay.
The three.
Playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood. What a terrible tragedy.
I'm starting to think you're not a real DJ.
Innocent lives. One of the victims was a local boy named Billy Locane. But
The fucking cool name, right? Billy Locane.
Right.
Victim, Billy's sister. 1, Miriam. 2, Heather. 3,
That's descriptive.
Julia. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? If so, fantastic. The time will soon come to collect your prizes.
Very good. Can I get off the damn elevator?
You're wrong. Well, looks like that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you somewhere, sometime, in sickness or in health.
I don't like your show.
I don't get the point of the show.
I'm not going to listen to you again. And the elevator just kind of keeps going. Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
We traveled
Did you,
one floor.
I think it stopped when that whole thing was going on.
Yeah, I think you're right. Still,
Still, that was bullshit.
that was bullshit.
Did you pick anything up during like the Halloween sale on Steam?
Weirdly, no.
I wonder if it's. They said it ends November 4th, so I wonder if it's
Yeah,
still going on. Probably
there were
not.
one or two games that I saw that I was thinking about, but haven't pulled the trigger.
I don't think I have Resident Evil 7, so I was like, oh, I should have gotten that. But I did pick up. I mean,
That's a game you should
Persona
definitely have on PC.
I should. Yeah, I did pick up Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I do have it on the PS4, but I never even popped it in. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did pop it in and played it for like 10 minutes,
Ow.
and I was like, I'll come back to this. And I didn't.
I didn't.
So,
yeah, Nick and I actually played through that on this channel a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah?
It was good.
How many
Son of a bitch.
Virgil's DLC I know, but is there another DLC character in that game?
Well, so there is a third main character, that, V or whatever his name is. The Chris Angel-looking motherfucker.
Okay. Well, he's just in the game.
Yeah, he's just like one of the three main characters.
Yeah. And I haven't played as him because you start off as, what's his face? Not Virgil. Nero. But he's an interesting one, isn't he? Like, he relies on, like, animals and stuff.
Yeah. Though, weirdly, like, out of the three characters, he's the one that, like, all you have to do to get, like, S ranks on his parts are just spam the attack buttons.
Gotcha.
Because, like, his wind-ups are so big that the game compensates for it by giving him these, like, huge invincibility windows.
Okay.
And yeah, like, the creatures just go hog wild. Alright, what fresh hell is waiting for me in here? I actually am not remembering this part super well, so let's see here.
I know we're probably not going to figure out election results. I mean, God willing, it would be nice if we figured out.
Yeah, if, like, it's
Wednesday
such a
morning or
no
something.
contest that, like, they just call it for Harris, like, real early, that would be real nice.
That
but
would be
it's not gonna
ideal.
happen.
Probably not. And do you have a plan for tomorrow? 'Cause
Probably
I know
just
we were
drink.
talking about.
Like, honestly, drink and not watch Trump declare victory as soon as, like, one state has him pulling ahead.
Right.
Which is exactly what he's gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Lion
let's
Kamala thought she could rig the system, but the people have spoken. Ugh.
I
Goddamn.
have Addie and
You
Eric
fucker.
coming over. We're going to just play some, what do you call it? Some Vampire Survivors.
Okay, that's a good way to
I might
wait out
I
the end of the
might,
world.
Yeah. I might also become non-sober
Yeah.
in various ways. and
Honestly,
just
like,
kind of,
elections used to be kind of like these social
Oh, hey, Eddie.
gathering events where, like, people would go out to bars and, like, have a meal and, like, enjoy themselves. Now it's become like, hey, if I go out, I might get fucking stabbed. 'Cause, election night is when the crazies go out to fucking cause riots, apparently.
Woo, America!
Yeah, America, right? Ugh. Anyway, so I don't have a solid plan, but
Drink and maybe have a good book.
I'm getting I do have a good book that I'm reading right now. But I'm also getting like some strong 2016 vibes. Like, it's just a bad feeling. I hope I'm totally wrong. But, like, 2016, I was like, no.
It was like, yeah.
In a sane world, like, we'll just move past this and we'll forget all about it. And the next thing I know, he's president. So, like, I don't want to get too comfortable.
I get you.
Not like that's going to actually make a difference in what happens or does not happen tomorrow, but...
Well, as far as the time intervening, though, it'll either help or not help, just your mental health.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I try to comfort myself and say, like, okay, so boomers are not going to be, like, the largest electoral group this time. And a large proportion of them...
And significantly smaller even 4 years from now, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I was almost killed.
I don't like you, Maria.
I have never been so scared in my whole life. All you care about is that dead wife.
You're not my Mary.
You couldn't care less about me, could you?
Also, how much does James hate himself?
Trump will declare victory either way and try to storm the White House. Yeah, that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
You're supposed to take care of me.
That is honestly the scariest thing about at least the first two Silent Hill games. Is just like people don't act right. They're just weird.
Yep. And Maria intentionally, so like she...
Yeah, like 2, I get it.
Even with the ending of this game being so fresh in my head, like, I still don't fully get what she is, whether she's like a manifestation of like James' ideal version of Mary, or if like Mary in some way herself has like psychically influenced this and kind of created Maria as like her resentment of James.
See, that's interesting because I would say definitely the former, but then there's scenes like this where she's like pissed at you, and it's just like, okay, either James hates himself, or there is some influence there that's not just him.
Yeah. Let's go look for her. And yeah, James definitely hates himself, so.
Yeah. Taylor Swift encouraged people to vote, so the Swifties will hopefully be out in force. Yeah, I hope so. And the early voting, like, I've heard it's been, the most early voting that's ever happened. Right. So,
well, but the other part of this, the kind of insidious thing that no one's talking about yet, because we don't quite know how it'll play out, but, like, with Trump's team, we know from their history that every accusation is a confession, right?
Yeah.
And they're already talking about, like, the countless ways that Kamala is going to rig the vote. You have Elon Musk, like, paying off people to vote for Trump. Like, I'm not sure to what extent they actually plan to try to tamper with things or how successful it could be. But, like, you've seen, like, speeches where Trump, like, said to his voters, it really doesn't matter if you get out and vote for me, I'm going to win anyway. Mm-hmm. He meant something by that. I'm not sure.
I'm sure he did. But at the same time, I think less and less that it's like, oh, we got to play it in place. I mean, he's tried things. Oh, can you find me, 11,000 votes or whatever? But I think it's like most of his schemes, even though they've caused disruption, have never like panned out in a meaningful way.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's so nervous about what will happen to him personally if he's not president that I don't think he's willing to leave it up to chance. I do think he'll try something, and I don't quite know what it is or if it could possibly like actually work.
I think
because you also have to remember you have like career criminals like Bannon and Carlson like working for him who, are going to try things. And Musk has shown that he's willing to throw his money around to get Trump elected. Why not, rig voting machines or whatever else they might try to do? I'm not sure.
I get you. I feel like there would hopefully be a trail for that where it's just like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
but
and
I don't know.
I also have to believe that, the current administration is aware of this and the fact that Trump has tried to cheat and are hopefully preemptively, like, kind of watching some things. I hope, but I also don't know. Like, I have no idea how any of this works or why we're even considering this in a sane world, but yeah.
I know. It is a little dizzying to think about if you scrutinize it too much.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, why are we even entertaining this? Why is it this choice?
Having trouble there?
Yeah. You think you could give
Be
me
my
a hand?
guest.
Me?
Little old me.
Man around here, how's a little girl like me supposed to
Yeah,
know?
basically.
Right.
Fine.
You're as tall as he is, Maria. Come on.
Mhm.
Get your back into it.
Oh, God.
And again, there's like moments where, again, she reacts like a normal human and everything, but...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I still don't fully know what to make of her.
Not very cute, is it?
And maybe some of it is meant to be, like, up to interpretation.
Maybe, yeah.
Thanks.
Lead.
So, where to now?
And it's not like she's, in control of everything in Silent Hill. Like, things attack her, and she's afraid of certain things, and so... Yeah.
Yeah. That isn't... I mean, even if it is, like, all him, like, that would still make sense if things were attacking her, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean,
Because-
this is his vision of purgatory, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
so,
how
like, even
Silent
the
Hill
enemies-
works. Like, it's different for everybody who's in there, and... they're in control in the sense that, like, it's their personal...
That it comes from them.
Yeah, right. It's their punishment, essentially. And so, yeah. Okay, I think it's in the pharmacy. Okay, here we go. I forget what the numbers were. You want to just Google it for me real quick?
Sure. Was this the 6569 or something?
No, this was the elevator trivia.
Oh, elevator trivia.
Elevator trivia, Otherworld Hospital.
But
And this is
elevator
a
trivia,
normal
Silent Hills.
playthrough. I think it's different for easy and hard as well.
Blah, blah, blah.
I paid my dues in my personal playthrough where I like actually looked it up myself. Or figured out the
67.
answers myself.
So the first one's 67.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so that's number 2. Okay.
All right, so 2.
2. And then blah, blah, blah. 3. 1.
Here we go. All right, drugs and
Sweet.
bullets. Wow, look at how this looks. Get yourself coked up and start firing a shotgun.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You won America. But yeah, like that's ultimately like what I'm really hoping that we aren't left with is another January 6th kind of situation.
That's when you were talking about like leaving it up to chance that he's not going to do that. Like what card could he play? I think that's like the most likely thing.
Just
But
like
I don't know if he could foment the base
militarizing
again.
his deplorables again.
Yeah, and it's just like, is anyone going to go? Like, I shouldn't say is anyone. Of course they will, but
Right.
I don't know if he's going to get like a crowd enough to like storm the Capitol, especially after they saw it. He's not going to pardon you.
Right.
Like,
Well, and like you've seen though the people that are like following right. He has them wearing garbage bags and diapers and like there's very little they won't do for this man.
Yeah. Wearing the shirts that say dictator on day one.
He is, for all intents and purposes, their god right now. So that's...
People have been saying cult for a while. And
but it really is.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's not an exaggeration. There's so many people who say they've, like a cult, they've lost family members.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're just like, how could you vote for Kamala? It's, you know, Trump's the second coming of Christ, basically.
Right, I thought you were my son, or stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's just like, really? Wow.
Well, and, you know, that's the other part of the January 6th thing. If they do attempt that again, or something like it, excuse me, you really got to watch, too, who you have watching the Capitol, because, like, there's also the thin blue line crowd that think that Trump is their guy and Kamala's gonna, you know, make it so that the police don't have jobs anymore, and I forget which finger goes which ring. Got it right.
Nice.
That was a total guess. Yeah, see, like here. So here's another interesting thing, too. She's terrified of going down this corridor because she knows something bad is about to happen. There's also a theory that carries a lot of water about this game, that that like this version of James is only like the most recent in like a time loop of James, because like if you look at a lot of the dead bodies lying around town, they are dressed exactly like him.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so you never get to see their faces, but they're very clearly, they look like James. And so, like, that's kind of the meta explanation. Like, every time he dies, that's one of the bodies that you see around town. At least would go for Harris.
Never noticed any of
woman, person of color. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, also a cop or prosecutor.
Yeah. Which, interestingly, like, originally, like, when in 2020, when it was Biden and a couple of others, I didn't really want her precisely because she was a cop. But again, I'm not about to throw my vote away because of certain ideological differences. But
no, I get you.
She's going to be a hell of a lot better for the country than Trump, and so that's who I'm voting for. But all right, who's ready for some bullshit?
What manner of bullshit is coming up?
Oh, God.
Oh, is it Pyramid Head?
Run!
Yep.
Fuck! How slow is James? She's wearing heels.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, God. Mr. X all over again. And jump scare.
Wait, is this the sewers?
No, there's no sewers. This is just the exit to the hospital.
Okay.
How do you get ahead of her?
Come on, hurry!
Well.
Yep. You weren't my wife.
Let's see, it's the unexplained things.
It's been real.
In this game, or these games in general.
Yeah.
But like the next time you see her, she makes, like, he says something, right? But it's not like they explain it all that much.
No. It's just
like,
Silent
oh,
Hill's
I thought.
weird.
Oh, okay.
All right, this next section, my intent is to move through it substantially quicker than I did through in my playthrough. Like, you're back on the city streets, and it's really dark, and it's raining. And there's, like, a million different buildings you can enter. Some of them have stuff. Some of them don't. She ate a random plant and got... Yeah, she just took a green herb.
The big sparks, yep.
But here, I'm just going to try to book it to the destination. Like, if I know there's, like, an easy syringe or medicine, I'll go pick it up. But I'm not going to spend an exorbitant amount of time here. Because this part is... It's one of the expanded areas, and it kind of feels just like... Not needless, but just sort of padding a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look. That would have been nice.
God damn it.
And there goes that little punk.
Also, there's a, I think, save point behind you.
Yep. Always good to save. Alright, so let's see here. 187. 16. We're in good shape.
Yeah.
We're doing alright. Alright, let's roll. I know for sure there's some goodies over here.
Oh! Do you have a little guy over there to your right?
Yep. Fuck. He aimed for the wrong one. Shit.
Or maybe I saw wrong.
No, you saw right.
Oh, okay. So we were just talking about how they match the person, but those are definitely like Silent Hill 1 little critters.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you for closing the gap like that. Well, this was a waste. What a tremendous waste. I did all of that for a little bit of health gear.
Damn.
Ugh.
And some bullets.
Yeah, right. I used like, what, 15 of them in that fight?
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, Chris, you're a little dumb. That's okay.
Not dumb, just
not the best at resource management.
Just slow. Just slow. Oh, there's a little thing.
Yeah, I see him.
Thinking he's clever.
Ah.
That was a good dodge.
That's how I usually do against these things, but...
That attack was real quick.
When I'm under pressure, I tend to...
The best kind of special. There we go.
You're special, okay? The best kind of special. Kind of special where people feel bad, so they do stuff for you.
Right.
No, get out of here with that. James, fucking create some distance here, pal. See, sometimes, like I said,
what are we supposed to do?
The game just decides it's your turn to get hit. God. There we go. You stand down? cool. Let's waste everything that I've picked up. She wasn't even guarding anything, was she?
Doesn't look like it.
Come on down here. I see you.
That thing's definitely gonna fuck you later.
Come on, you know you want to bite, James. There we go. Did he? I caught it in midair. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's still hanging out in midair. Just dead.
Uh-huh. Cool. Can't see. Great. Oh, let's dance, fucker. There we go. Okay. Some more bullets. That's always good.
It's not still alive, is it?
What's that?
No.
Better not be.
Wait. Yeah, did you see his corpse?
Oh. I didn't see no corpse. Where are you going, pal? What are you doing? Alright, I think... Yep, there's a bug. Got it. Okay, cleaning the streets. Make Silent Hill great again. Okay. The enemies in this zone, they're just like constant.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
a lot of them
bug.
are guarding stuff. What? Are you kidding me with the fucking beetle? Those are so annoying in the dark. Alright. So like I said, this area is a whole lot of filler, so if you have another topic that you've been itching to talk about, by all means.
I don't know. It's like...
Did you say you started playing Metaphor, or...
I have the demo,
Oh, you saw the demo,
but
okay.
I'm not very far in it at all. Apparently the demo is like 5 or 6 hours long. I'm only like the first 45 minutes into it. I want to keep playing it, but I was like, you know what I want to play instead is Persona.
But really, this is just giving me a hankering for Persona. Wow. Again, game's just like, nope, you're doing a little too good.
I want to do that third semester of Persona. Oh. 'Cause I have no idea what that
they had a
entails.
whole extra, like, endgame stretch of time in Royal, don't they?
Yeah, like a couple months. They had a new semester.
Which is wild. Maybe that's one of the reasons they make things so much easier to progress in, is because they've taken a 150-hour game and added another quarter to it.
And that's the thing, is that people say even with the extra semester, it's about the same amount of time as the regular
That's,
Persona
yeah,
5.
kind of what I would figure.
And so it's like, okay, I could see that with the ease. I did put it on hard mode because you get more money and EXP that way, and it feels like still easier than vanilla Persona 5.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Honestly, for a game like that, where like I've already beaten it the legit way, like a second playthrough, I really don't mind like using cheats or other things just to kind of like re-experience the story or to see what's different.
Oh, for sure.
But like with the Pixel remakes, I've beaten those games more times than I can count with like, you know, no enhancements. So
Yeah.
I always use like the, you know, double gil or double
Times
AP
4
or
and-
whatever.
Yeah,
Just because it cuts down on the grinding so much.
for sure. That's probably how I'll play Final Fantasy VI.
Mm-hmm. Wait, have
Like,
you not
when
played?
I finally play that game? No, the
You've
Pixel
not played
Remaster?
Pixel Remaster 6 yet?
Only a little bit. I'm like still in the world of ballads, and like not even that far in it. Like definitely before the Opera House and everything.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's exact. It really is just straight up the SNES game. So there's nothing that you haven't already experienced. It's really just seeing it with these, you know, beautiful graphics and amazing soundtrack.
And when I was playing it, they actually didn't have the, you know, 4x skill and all that stuff yet.
Yeah, I know. I've owned those games so long that I forget that they actually added that to it much later.
When they came out on Switch, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch had those.
But then, like, it was a year after they came out on Switch where they finally added that to the PC version.
To PC, yeah.
Which
it took a while.
Really stupid. Like, and I'm kind of thinking, like, they're maybe, like, holding the optional GBA dungeons and content, like, in their back pocket for, like, a future release.
Maybe. But I kind of feel like they were so, like, part of the marketing was, oh, like the OG games, but the definitive way to play them. And so I don't know if maybe that goes against their mythos to, like, not have the, like, DS or I guess advanced version, extra dungeons and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, certainly Final Fantasy III, they kept it like the NES version.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Of the stuff.
I know I just got hit by a bug, but I don't see it, and I'm so mad.
Oh, I thought it was the,
I don't think it was the puke.
gas.
I think it was a bug. And which means it's... There it is.
Oh, there he is.
I hate that. Like, I love this game. I hate that design choice. Alright, anyways.
What was that dude? He just looked like a zombie or something.
Cool. Good on you, my friend. No!
Good thing that one's stupid.
Yep.
Oh, another bug.
Where?
To your right. But he was like way ahead and to the left.
Good eye.
He was like way up there.
There he is.
There he is.
Little fucker. Trying to fool me. Okay. Sure I get all my treasures. Thought you would scare me, jukebox. Oh, Chris, when will you learn? Just let them swing at you the first time. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. We're getting there.
What do you have to... Do you have to find anything to get into the prison? Or do you just kind of...
Nope, it's just a long-ass walk.
Gotcha. That felt
Fortunately, like I said, they do kind of use this as an excuse to give you a whole bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. Again, it doesn't matter, like, how aggressively you're dodging. Like, when the game decides it's your time... Damn. That was a bit much.
Oh, we were talking about Souls games earlier, and though it's not exactly a Souls game, did you have any interest in playing Black Myth Wukong?
Not really. Like, I don't... Again, like, we were talking before about, like, how Metroidvanias are a dime a dozen. I feel like Souls games also have kind of become like that. And I know Black Myth Wukong is supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
but again, it's a genre that I'm notoriously bad at. And so for, like, me to, like, really get excited or play a Souls game, like, it has to be something, like, mind-blowingly innovative or good. It can't just be, like, the latest Souls that everybody is playing, because I know from experience that I probably won't enjoy it like other people enjoy it.
Black Myth is like an 8 out of 10 kind of game, you know? It's not like anything crazy. I think the biggest thing it has going for it is probably the graphics, which, you know, to its credit, kind of look insane.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see how it looks on, like...
I've also heard there's been some controversy surrounding it with, like, people, like the developers from China being horses' asses about, like...
like diversity or something? Or streaming? And that I didn't hear about.
They were like, if you're a woman or an LGBT, please don't stream our game.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like literally they came out and said, like, I don't recall exactly what it was, but it was something dangerously close to what I just said.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta look into that. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, it'll take you about 2 seconds to find.
I know there was a lot of hoopla, people like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna buy this game because they said hell no to having
the wokeism,
like, diversity,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I hate it.
Really?
Meanwhile, they don't even bat an eye at the irony of, like, supporting China. You know?
Yeah.
Like a country that actively tries to undermine our democracy on a regular basis. But yeah, cool. They hate gay people, so let's support them, right? God. Like, I know irony is lost on these people, but still. Sparks, it was Black Myth Wukong. A instantly forgettable game that is making a big splash. One, because like Max said, has some pretty good graphics and there's kind of a minor drought of Souls games. And then two, because white male incels are now loving it because of the horrible things that their developers said.
Yeah, oh yeah, I gotta look into the streaming thing. That's definitely new. That's a little nuts, but I can't say it's that shocking, because, yeah, I don't know if it was the CEO of the company. Please, wait. Someone in a high position of power was definitely saying some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I think had a history, like, when people went back on their Twitter, was saying, like, just patently homophobic and racist shit.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, it was one of the fastest selling, I think maybe the fastest selling game this year, because the Chinese audience ate it up.
Right.
Because they don't get a whole lot of AAA developers, you know?
Yeah. And
so...
I hate these things. And honestly, like, you know, shitty developer aside, it is kind of a mythology that isn't explored very often in gaming. But, again... Like, I'm not going to give them a red cent of my money now, having heard that horse shit.
Yeah, that stuff? Yeah, I don't think so.
Where did she go?
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it would be really easy to find. You can tell me what he exactly said, but it was not cool. We're making decent progress in this. My goal is to end the episode right as we get to the prison. I think we're going to be right on track for that.
Gotcha.
I hear the damn bug. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, there he is.
God. Like, of all the enemies that piss me off, that's the worst, because you can't freaking see them. Yeah, the nurses have some bullshit just as you've clearly seen, but those things, you know, when they decide it's time to hit you in the dark.
Only got the gimps.
Got the gimps.
Good thing. This definitely seems like I don't know where Silent Hill is, but it's in a red state.
It's in a red state. Yeah.
you got
I think
a
it's
lot of ammo.
supposed to be Maine, actually.
Oh yeah? Okay. Never mind.
You again. Like, what do you do about it? What do you fucking do about it? Are you kidding me?
that an achievement?
Wait, have I not killed 75 enemies up to this point with ranged weapons? Maybe I tend to finish them off with my melee, so I don't know. Alright, so here you get like a split path that you can go, or you can check out both. Oh. What you get... Oh my god, there's so many.
I'm just thinking of Stewie. This is what happens.
Did she get back up?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me right now? And again, I get it. Like, I get why they did design it this way. You're never safe. You always need to be on edge. This game hates you. I understand it. It drives me nuts at some parts, though. Alright, let's go through the garage. No? There you go, James.
Oh, there we go.
Silly goose.
My computer was doing some weird shit last night, and it was freaking me out. It
Oh,
wasn't
really?
just my computer.
Like
it was
haunted weird shit, or just like
haunted.
annoying?
Haunted. Like,
cool.
And a bug.
So what was it doing? Because that's actually kind of creepy.
So twice yesterday, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago. My controller just like started crapping out for no reason.
Okay.
Like, oh, is the battery dead? But no, it was just it would start blinking. Like
It would start
was
bleeding?
trying to blink. Yeah, real haunted shit.
I was like, shit, dude. The funny thing is, like, I'm in a mind space because we're playing Silent Hill where, like, I instantly believed you.
It's just like, that's some fucked up shit, dude.
Dude, I hate that. Why is that happening to you? I'm sorry.
Blinking like all of a sudden it had never connected to my computer before. And it wouldn't, even taking the batteries out and putting them back in, like Steam would not recognize it until I restarted my computer. Oof. But the second time that happened, I was like, okay, let me put this to sleep and then I'll just wake it up. And when I went to the Windows button and went to power and sleep, sleep was just, it was kind of like what the A button was doing there with that dumpster, where it was just like it was being clicked really fast.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't even close to it. I just wanted to get to it, and then I saw it. It was just like,
oh god.
And I was like, okay, let me try to put this to sleep. Oh, I couldn't put it to sleep. It
Sounds
would not
like a
let
nightmare.
me. And then my Steam Deck, I was charging it, and I was like, okay, maybe the controller is being really weird because I've been using the Steam Link lately to like play Final Fantasy 16 when I'm not here because it doesn't work very well on the Steam Deck. But with Steam Link, you can just play it remotely.
I'm amazed that it works. Period on the Steam Deck. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that it would boot on the Steam Deck. That's kind of incredible.
So I was like, okay, maybe Steam Link is doing some weird stuff because it does weird stuff with my audio sometimes. So I turned off, like my Steam Deck was in sleep mode, like it typically is. So I was like, okay, let me just turn it off.
Yeah.
So I turned it off and it shut down. And I was like, okay, let me turn my computer back on. Turn the computer back on because I had to like just force shut it down. And this was like maybe 3 minutes later, and then the Steam Deck just comes back on with an intro movie, and it's Persona 5 Royal, which is the game I was playing.
Yeah.
But it's like the Persona 5 Royal intro, like, hey, welcome to Steam, because they have one.
Yes, that's actually the one that I have on my Steam Deck.
I have it so that I have like 12 intro movies.
Again.
He just decided he wasn't dead.
Yep. Again, I get it. I disagree firmly, game.
So I have like 12 intro movies, and it's supposed to just play one at random.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that one in a long time, and so I'm trying to boot up my computer so I can play more Persona 5.
Right.
And then it like that little movie of it shows up on the Steam Deck, and I was like, I shut you down.
I shut you down.
That was not a restart.
I watched you die.
And if it was a restart, it would have restarted like 2 minutes prior to that. So yeah, but yeah, the sleep button being weird, the controller doing that twice, it was just like, I started thinking, is someone fucking with me? Like,
right.
What's going on here? Am I Neo?
Fucking bug. I see you, legs. How do you like it, huh?
I jump scared you, bitch. Oh, it doesn't even know you're around, it seems like. Oh, there we go.
It's figuring things out.
Well, it doesn't have eyes.
Now it's a fight. Now it's a party. Damn.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Alright, I'm kind of doing what I promised I wouldn't do, but I know there's some good items in the restaurant here real quick, so I'm going for it.
I will say those weird things kind of look like, not a character, but I guess a figure from Elden Ring. The 2 fingers.
The 2 fingers?
It's just a big hand with 2 fingers. And they're actually highly revered.
What?
With a certain religion, basically.
Because we'll revere anything, won't we?
Yeah, basically. And when it's talking to its god, it just points its 2 fingers to the sky.
Like you do.
And it looks very much, if you see it, it's like, it kind of does look like that enemy. It's a little weird.
Come on, I know there's more in here. There she is. There she is. Look at her go.
It's a little gross they bleed white.
Yeah, a little gross. I've seen grosser.
I don't know if that's just James being gross again.
Yeah, right. God, James, you're so gross. I was ready for you. Alright, not gonna go out there because I know I'm gonna get jumped by like 3 dudes. I'm satisfied with what I found in here. Oh, wait.
Oh,
you fucker.
Wow.
It's like they heard me say it. Isn't it? Like, oh, no. You don't get to leave.
You don't get to know.
You don't get to leave.
We already
peacefully.
signed a deal here.
You're getting hurt.
You're here forever.
You must have forgotten what game this is. You're getting your ass beat.
Oh.
Oh, God. Well, these messages are starting to get more direct.
A little personal there. And I don't know if I answered your question earlier, Sparks. Like, yeah. No, we did. That it was, unfortunately, like, pretty popular.
Yeah. And again, a game that I wouldn't even think about, honestly, like, under normal circumstances. I've been talking about just because of, like, what a crappy thing to say that was.
No, for sure.
Like I hope it cost them business. I get that this is America and everything's horrible, so probably not, but still.
It definitely garnered them some. I'm thinking it probably did both. I don't know what won out in the end. But...
Yeah, probably just balance out the scales.
Okay, it was like, I don't know how many enemies were there. I think it's mostly just Steam.
I think it's mostly just Steam. Uh-huh.
I saw at least one thing crawling. I don't know if it was that one or if...
No, there's another. And there's another bug.
Nice.
Cool. But hey, we're rolling in bullets and health kits. What the fuck was that move? What even was that? Okay, anything in this car?
Anything?
Yep.
It looks like, yeah.
I would love if this is all just like
Yeah,
a fever dream of James, and like the next day a whole bunch of people around town wake up with their car windows smashed in.
Their dog's dead.
Oh god. Who did this?
There's a big shortage of nurses.
Oh god. All the store mannequins have just been like vandalized.
Had their legs glued to their torsos.
Right. Glued together. You gonna pull some
to the
shit?
other. Just give it a good stomp just in case. It's not gonna hurt anything.
I saw the blood coming out of its butt. I think we're good.
Those Resident Evil rules.
Right. But again, this game has demonstrated it does not always play by those rules, so. Good job, James.
Wow, James.
Hey, look at you. I didn't know you could do that.
It's like you figured something new out and you weren't going to fuck around.
Right.
Look at you. That's great. That was great for a few seconds. Wow.
That was great for a few seconds, but now we're done. We're done here. He foraged the wrong mushrooms for his chicken marsala, all right? Oh, God. Cool. Who wants to get back up? You do.
Radio? Yup, she does. Wow.
I learned my lesson. I trust nothing.
There, she's bleeding. Okay.
Now she's bleeding.
Oh, radio.
Pee blood for me. Come on.
And a bug.
Because of course there's got to be a bug.
And a phone.
Oh, it's just letting me know I can jump over the counter. Cool.
You want to get over here, but cool?
You want to be awesome? You want to be a bitch? See what I mean about this section just being unnecessarily long?
Yeah, I get it. I agree. Because there's nothing, no story beats or anything like too interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are giving you a crap ton of ammo and stuff.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
I'm getting Silent Hill 1 vibes.
Hello?
Is your refrigerator running? What? Who is this?
Anyone there?
I'm looking for Amanda Hug and Kiss. You're gay. That's all it's Also, you want to know some horseshit? Like, I completely missed this my first time, so I was running around, like, looking everywhere for the goddamn wrench.
I mean, that is a little tricky.
Like, I figured,
you
okay,
have the light right
my
on
interaction with the phone is done, and I walked away, not even looking.
I likely would have too, honestly.
I think that's another part of the reason where, like, I'm kind of critical of this part of the game, is because I literally spent about 30 minutes just running up and down these streets, trying to figure out anywhere where there could be a wrench.
Like a hardware store or something.
Yep.
Like...
Something I missed. Something obvious. And lo and behold, there it was. In the phone.
At the phone booth.
The phone booth, where
Obviously.
everybody puts their wrenches. Don't you know, Chris? We are rolling in health.
Yeah.
This is great. It's like for every 2 that I waste with stupid encounters, they give me 3 more.
Very disorienting, though, with it being nighttime.
Yeah. At least it stopped pouring rain.
I have no idea where you are.
I know exactly where I am. It's just making sure that I get as much resources as possible for the freaking prison.
There is something, yeah, in there on the other side.
Oh, there was?
There definitely is, yeah. Break it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Look at that. Good catch.
They're here.
They're here.
Aliens. I guess that is Poltergeist.
Yep. Nope. Okay. There's never anything in the tall vehicles.
Some kind of commentary.
Right.
Only
guys
cool
who drive
people
the
in
big
their
trucks,
low
they're not the
riders.
guys who are actually packing.
Yeah, what the hell?
Cops, though, always good for a few rounds.
Fuck 12, give me that.
Okay, I don't see anything else. Okay. I think it's time to progress, Max.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now, we already did the
we got
carjack,
another
so
personal-
this next section actually will be just a tiny bit shorter. Because I won't have to go back and forth to do the carjack bit. You remember that from last episode?
I do, yeah.
Where I wasn't expecting all the enemies to jump out at me?
2 episodes ago or so.
What's
Maybe
that?
it was last episode. I said 2 episodes ago, but maybe it was last episode.
So yeah, right there. I got to that, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And this motherfucker again. Who doesn't really get aggressive until the prison. He is horrible, and I hate him. But right now, he's just there to scare you.
Mr. Upside Down Walking Man. I have no idea, actually. I don't remember who that thing is.
What's that?
I have no idea as far as that enemy.
I think it's got like a weird name. It's called like the Mandarin or something. Now, if I remember right, I don't think there are any enemies in this section. But I also don't think there's a whole lot to pick up. We'll do kind of a cursory glance. I don't want to miss anything, but this is the park where we met Maria.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't go back out there. At least that's nice. But this area is really creepy, and I'm kind of glad there's no encounters in it, because like it's basically like a hedge maze.
Yeah, a little bit.
And hedge mazes are always evil in video games.
I don't know too many hedge mazes in video games.
I'm thinking more just like
That's
Castlevania
such
64.
That's definitely a blind spot in my Castlevania games.
Oh, you've not played Castlevania 64?
No, I watched you play it.
It's actually, like, despite all the hate it gets for not being Symphony of the Night, I actually overall enjoyed it.
Oh, it's definitely not Symphony of the Night, but it's. I guess it did come out slightly before Symphony.
No,
of the
slightly
Night?
after, which was
okay.
why people hated it.
Because Symphony was
Well,
97?
like all of the fans of Castlevania that were garnered by Symphony played that and were like, what is this shit?
I mean, what were they thinking? Like,
I mean, they were trying to introduce it to 3D, and 3D as a concept was so new that nobody knew exactly how to do it, and especially how to do it with just one joystick, and so yeah, it was
Resident
not
Evil
the
4
most,
hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, right. The most polished game ever made, but I certainly didn't think it was bad.
Things never really stay the same, do they?
Has anyone ever told you that you're a very uncomfortable person to talk to?
Yes, not.
I mean, I don't hate you, but I don't know if we could be friends, like, socially, outside of Silent Hill.
I don't think she's here anymore, James.
I also don't recall ever telling you my name. I don't like that.
Like I know I wouldn't have.
Yeah, right. Or I would have given you a fake name. You feel like a fake name kind of person.
She doesn't want to see me anymore.
Yeah, neither do I.
Why would you think that?
James just starts being, like, he's had it up to here with Silent Hill. He's just being brutally honest with everyone he meets now.
Anyway, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see me?
Alive. I mean,
Please don't get weird on me.
Yeah. I better get going.
I was telling you as far as watching the Ranma 1/2
Oh, yeah.
remake. Yeah, it's on Netflix. And you know, it's pretty good. You know,
Except they
it
took
is
out
a
all the
little bit of a
nipples, right?
different feel.
Where?
Yeah, no nipples.
What the hell?
Weirdly, weird because there's a lot of boobs.
Silent
But
But wait, do they like expose the boob? The boob just does not have a nipple?
you're correct.
That's wild.
So they could make it TV-14 that way.
So
I guess.
in this universe of Ranma, everyone just has like mannequin bodies.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I mean,
It
don't get
feels
me
a
wrong, I'm
little
not
different.
actually upset about this. I'm gonna watch the hell out of it, but yeah.
But no, I get you. That's definitely not a route you typically see.
Right.
yeah.
And like that little pink circle from the 90s anime was worth like an extra age rating.
Basically. I guess so.
Angela?
No.
Yeah, man, Ranma 1/2, like the 90s anime boobs were definitely an awakening for me.
Here.
Like that whole show, man. Like,
Yeah, that was
it had like the best like cast in general, but like all the girls in that show were just like,
I mean, gosh, how old were we when we were watching that show?
too young.
We were definitely young. And it was kind of a raunchy show. Not like raunchy as in like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this is hentai. But raunchy as in like, here's a main character that turns into a girl, and there's always hijinks surrounding that.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the thing.
Boy
But yeah,
nipples
boy
are fine.
nipples.
Boy nipples are blessed by God, Sparks.
useless nipples.
Right? They have no practical function, but they're pure and holy. Everyone should see them, especially Alex Jones. I want to be very clear about that. Alex Jones should never wear a shirt, no matter what the situation. But disclaimer, fuck Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just in case anyone thought we were hot under the collar for Alex Jones.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, like, of all the weird, like, character quirks that a person could have, why did he choose that one for himself? Just like, as a power play, taking off his shirt and exposing his, not body shaming, but let's be real, like, he's really proud of his body, and he clearly doesn't put any work into it.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is I bet he probably was like muscular at one point.
Yeah, he probably played football in high school or something, and still thinks that that's how he appears to others. I'm not sure. I can't speak for him, obviously, but nor would I want to.
It's hard to say what's going on in that man's head.
I'm not.
There was something in there, right?
What's that? No, there wasn't anything in there. Not that I saw.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a red thing. So
That was the seatbelt
shotgun
buckle.
shells? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
But now you got me wanting to triple check here. Yeah, we're good.
Nice and red. Thanks, Ralphinator. Okay.
Okay. So we've cleared this street already. This was where we got the carjack and got ambushed by all those creatures.
Who said anything about
Now it's nice and quiet.
carjacking? Oh, but so I'm actually watching it in English, the English dub, because it's not bad. And I swear they got like, so I was like, I wonder if they got any of the old voice actors.
Oh, did
back.
they get some of the original cast?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Aside from Kasumi, for whatever reason.
Really? Maybe
It's
because
just like
her laugh was so iconic. I guess iconic. Would you call it iconic? But
well, not Kodachi.
oh,
I don't know if you're thinking about
you mean Kasumi Akane's sister? Never mind.
Yeah.
I went immediately to Kodachi.
Yeah. I mean, she does. I mean, maybe because I haven't seen her yet. She hasn't appeared yet.
She and Kuno were introduced pretty early, right?
Definitely Kuno was. I think she was too. Sometime in the first season, I'm pretty sure. Some of the humor is definitely like what you remember, though, which is great. Even though the overall feel of the show is just slightly different. It's not completely different, but some of the humor is definitely just like, oh yeah, okay, this is why
I've heard they play less like Akane and Ranma are constantly at each other's throats, and more like they both just don't want to admit how they feel about each other. Like they wear that on their sleeve a little bit more in this version. I could be wrong.
I don't know, because even for the old TV show, I feel like that was the case in the first, because the first season I feel like followed the manga somewhat.
Yeah.
And then season 2
later
onward
seasons
was just a
they
totally different thing.
Would constantly like yell at each other and argue and bicker and
yeah, so this one feels, as far as their relationship, it feels a lot like how it did in the quote-unquote TV series 1.
Okay.
Season 1. And it's following most of the same beats.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of like the overall feel is like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, there's something just a little bit different. But I would say the humor is actually the same.
Okay.
And that's the important part for me, you know. Oh, Sparks, we were just talking about mushrooms for a pizza. Oh no, for curry.
No, this was a while ago. Like what's going on with James?
Well, we were talking about what? Just James having a bender and then
tripping
waking
out
up and being like, "What is going on?"
Okay, I think that's everything for the bowling alley.
Like, you definitely still have Dr. Tofu acting like a total weirdo when Kasumi comes by.
You know, Tofu is one of those characters that I remember really liking, but he kind of gets dropped in the original anime.
Sure.
He gets dropped like after the first season, right?
Yeah, after the first season, you don't see much of Tofu.
Yeah, like he'll have like a token appearance, like when they need medical advice, like, oh god, Ranma has lupus.
I hope some of the characters that were big in the manga they introduce, and I hope they stick to the manga. Mm-hmm. Just because that would be a different flavor, you know.
I think they probably will. I don't think they want to do like a shot for shot remake of the 90s series, because you know the 90s series is still good.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, these first episodes were both, you know, the same, where it's just like they were following the manga.
The weirdly enough, I do remember a couple of years ago, I came to your apartment and you had a couple friends over, and I pulled up just a random episode of Ranma that I had on Hulu to watch together. And it was like I forget even who the friends were. I think it was like Norman and someone else. It was like the first time they ever saw Ranma. And it was just like the weakest freaking episode to introduce somebody to the... like we were sitting there watching, I was like, I think I remember saying like, yeah, it's usually funnier than this.
It's usually funnier. Oh, shit.
I forget what the episode even was. It was like season 7 or something like that, and just
a
really one-off, just kind of filler episode. And
there were some weak episodes, season 5 onward, I feel like.
Yeah.
Some of them, but yeah, it's so far it's been pretty good. The animation is, you could tell it's a show that was made, you know, within the last few years.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the style is Rumiko Takahashi and very much, oh, this is like 80s, 90s style with big eyes and all that stuff. Like,
yep.
So that's pretty nice. And I think, did you send me the YouTube of the theme song? The
yeah,
opening?
I did.
And it's kind of like, this sounds like it would be one of the openings from the original series where it has like that Chinese influence and everything in it. And it's just like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
So, and definitely parts where I just like fucking just laughed out loud, like more than I thought I would, with like,
that's great.
Genma working for Dr. Tofu, and then
oh, for real.
And then the phone rings and he picks it up and he just sits there
as a panda, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because he just can't talk.
Right.
And after like 10 seconds of dead air, he's just like a sign. Pandas can't talk. It's like, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. All right. So, Max, I think we're going to call it here because right after this, we're descending into the prison, and woo, I'll leave that to your imagination. So, we got out of the hospital. We made it through probably my least favorite part of the game. And from here, it's all substantially better. So,
okay.
Much to look forward to.
I mean, you did seem to not be keen on the prison so much, but
well, yeah, I mean, like the prison is more just like the like actual dungeon that I find like the most challenging and like confusing. The street section here that we just came from, that was actually like the only part of the game that I would really consider weak. So
that really seemed like a gauntlet for sure. Have a good night, Sparks.
Yep. You too, buddy. Night, Sparks. We'll see you next time.
Alrighty. Well, I'm looking forward to the prison next time. See you later.
Later.